I'm focused. I'm thinking like I got two brains. Hey, Little Wayne wasn't all the way off when you consider that the cerebellum is known as the little brain. That's a brain within the brain. So let's discuss this subcortical region as we continue our conversation on the biological basis of behavior. Once again, the cerebellum is known as the little brain, and it has a lot to do with movement and cognitive functions. So what we'll look at today is the neuroanatomy. Again, just a $50 word for brain structure and shape, the functions of the cerebellum, and what happens when it's damaged, God forbid. So let's break this thing down like a fraction, put it back together, beginning with the neuroanatomy. So the location of the cerebellum is posterior of the brainstem, as you can see to the picture to the right. It's also structurally divided in the cerebellar peduncles, your uncle's peduncles. That's a good way to remember that. And these are nerve tracts that help with communication between the brainstem and the cerebrum. All right, and we talked about that in another video. So you can see it's stacked in the superior, middle, and inferior. And the middle is the only structure visible on the surface examination of the brain. Also, densely packed with neurons, the cerebellum has 4 times that of the cerebral cortex, as you can see, and that accounts for the folded cortexes. Gray matter is dendrite heavy, more on the outside, and white matter, axon heavy, more on the inside, as well as subcortical nuclei, which is just a bundle of nerves that allows a rich communication to other cortical or other areas of the brain. Function-wise, now, when Simone Biles was killing it in the Olympics, okay, her cerebellum played a major role in that. It was active. And what was it doing? What it does. The regulation of movement, automatic rhythmic movements as well, coordination of limbs. This $50 word which just means balance. And it also has a function in cognitive abilities such as learning and attention. Last but not least, in the event of a damage, it results in equilibrium problems, impairments of skilled motor activity. Lesions can produce a motor incoordination, which is characteristic of wide base stance and gait, which is just a manner of walking. And also in multiple sclerosis, cerebellum has its vulnerabilities and allows also a disruption in ocular movement. And that's just a rapid rhythmic eye movement that is particularly enhanced when the gaze is in the same direction of the lesion site. So let's put this back together with the summary. Just know from the neuroanatomy that the cerebellum is positioned in the back of the brain, structurally divided into 3 levels and 4 times the amount of neurons than the cerebral cortex. Function-wise, it does a lot with regulation of movement, balance, coordination, and even cognitive functions. Again, it is also known as the little brain. And when it becomes damaged and there's lesions, these can result in equilibrium problems, motor incoordinations involving eye movement as well as walking, and is vulnerable in multiple sclerosis. And here we go. The references, EPPP Fundamentals Step 1, as well as Fundamentals in Human Neuropsychology. Thanks for listening. Be sure to follow me at Skelton _ neuro at Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok for similar information, as well as the Skelton Report on YouTube and the major podcast platforms. And then you can check out Udemy, where my e-courses, I have a free one for depression for minorities, and there's other ones as well as goal setting and making it happen. That's all I got for now. I'll check you out on the next go around. Peace.